Hi guys, this is Daniel James, and today I'm going to show you some of the sound design and orchestration, things like that, for a track I uploaded to the VI Control Forum and my SoundCloud for a project called Operation Big Eye, which is like some modern warfare-ish action animation project. So yeah, this is just a section from the track I want to look at today. Okay, there's just a little snippet of the track. This is from the second half of the track. When I compiled the track, I actually split it into two separate cues because there's two kind of defining moments in the animation. There's one where you're focusing on one set of characters, and then halfway through it switches over to another set of characters. So I decided to do them as two separate cues. As you can see, this project's pretty large, and this time I named stuff, but I'm just going to zoom back in to 100%. So this is proper size. And what I wanted to look at first of all was some sound design. Well, it's not so much sound design, it's more custom recordings I did with Bode acoustic guitar. And when I was writing this track, I decided I wanted a scratchy sound to give a rhythm to the track. And I didn't have any sample libraries, and so I thought, what's got a good scratchy sound? And I thought, oh well, when I put a lot of rosin on a violin bow and then scrape it across a bowed guitar, which I did on a Mega Man film a few months back, and I remembered that had a scratchy tone that I didn't want at the time, but for this thing I did. So here's the guitar section just by itself. This is everything you're about to hear is bowed acoustic guitar. That's Bode acoustic guitar just turned down. So yeah, if the trick to this thing was not so much sound design, but more in the actual rhythm that I'm playing. I'm playing two separate rhythms for this part. So first off, we have this one. So that's da 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 da, and then and that's panned 20 to the left, and then 24 to the right. Should be 20, but who cares? I've got this rhythm. So it's not too dissimilar from the other one, but when you play them together, you get this nice kind of panning left and right vibe, which adds a lot of tension to action. So there's already a lot of action within the track. Just a note, I obviously am no expert at playing any type of string instrument with a bow, particularly acoustic guitar. So as you can see here, I've gone in and put this loop into time. If I unloop it, you get a kind of you get a look at how it sounded without without me correcting the timing. Oh, and maybe not. That's already, I must have bounced that down already. But anyway, so yeah, so that's the first part. That's the main, that's like my main driving element throughout the whole track, and not so much sound design, but more just a carefully planned rhythm. And underneath that, I have I was slapping the acoustic guitar with the bow as opposed to bowing it. And then as you can see here, I've pitched it down 10. And I think I EQ'd it a little bit. So yeah, so let's just take a listen to what this sounds like. Plenty of bass in there, and if I just bring this up to what it is without being detuned. And then that's what it sounds like detuned. So it's got plenty of bass in it, and you put all these little sections together and you get So that's my main groove element. As you can see, I repeat this section later, and then I use it again over here, and then again at the end. But that was, it almost became like its own textural theme, like when you're composing, you know, for film, and you have elements which need to feel similar or, you know, feel relevant. You can use a melodic theme, you know, like a Superman theme, or you can use or you can use a textural theme or a tonal theme, which I've done here, which is basically you get a sound, and then you play that sound with other instruments, and you get that kind of that feeling. You kind of understand. You know? You can follow the feel. If I show you these guitar parts playing with different orchestrations behind them, and how it all kind of sounds similar but different. So you see, they kind of have a similar sound to them, but the notes and the rhythms and the melodies are all playing completely different things. So with the guitars, there's sections like this little part here, where what I've done is I've basically very crudely cut out the first beat, and then used it as almost like a bass instrument. And you lay that with something like the brass. So if I just solo this and then come up to my brass section, then I have my brass staccatos. Is it this part? Adds that extra bass to them and weight. Adds an extra bit of weight to the stabs. Which was the intention of putting them here. And then what else did I do with the guitars? Oh yeah, so I've got something here. I've got a track here called Guitar Ping, and this is my favorite Ableton Live plugin. It's the ping pong delay, and as you can see here, this little frequency band, basically this shows you which frequencies will be in the delay. So as you can see here, it's only picking the higher frequencies to delay. So if I listen to this part, as you can hear, only the higher ones are delaying. I mean, if I move this down, of course you can automate that if you wanted to create some otherworldly effect. And here, what I've done is I've put the dry and wet. So basically, all you're hearing here, you're not hearing any of the original signal. You're hearing just the delay. So it's creating a rhythm based on another rhythm. So you're only feeling that offbeat. That's what you're hearing. You're hearing the offbeat rhythm as opposed to the onbeat rhythm, which would sound like this. And again, with this, I guess you could call it like a custom loop that I built with the acoustic guitar here. And here we've got the Oxford EQ, a harmonic maximizer from BBE, which is brilliant. And I have another EQ, but I'm not actually using that. And a filter, which I'm not really using at all. Sometimes I end up putting things on and changing my mind as to what I'm going to do with them. Oh yeah, that's another thing about mixing with the guitars, is I've got a filter just cutting off any of the low frequencies, because when you leave me, just to clean up a mix a bit. Something you learn from watching all those computer music magazine videos. Anyway, not really noticeable, but just there for my peace of mind. Okay, so and then here I've got which obviously isn't a guitar. That would be a reverse piano, which always leads you nicely into another section. Okay, this section here is actually quite interesting. What I've got going on here is I've got the harmonic maximizer here. It looks like this, which is a brilliant plugin. If you ever want to add bass to something, this is basically like it's the equivalent of like Waves Max Bass or something. It adds the you can put frequencies in which aren't there. It's basically, well, you know what a maximizer is. So yeah, so I've got the bass on this, but then I've also got a filter, ping pong delay doing triplets, and then I've got a simple delay which is synced and linked, so it's only, and then it's going to do fourths, so you get this rhythm. So it's going through the so the signal's being filtered, then it's being run through a triplet delay, and those triplet delays are then being delayed by quarter notes. So you end up with an even more rhythmic pulse, and it's going with this, which is basically just hitting the beat so that you feel it a bit more. And when you put that in the section, I've also got that I've got the eighth notes being played on the string, so da, 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 da. So you're feeling a nice rhythmic pulse under there. So that is it's a long delay on there. That is the basic premise of what I did. That's basically the main rhythm of this track, and it's all based on these guitars. Later on, as you can see here, I've taken the there's one part of the loop which has got quite a nice bit of, it's got a nice drive to it, and I wanted to offset that against the regular loop, so you get, so I'm just repeating that little section of the loop. Da, 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 da. I mean, I could have played that live, but it works perfectly fine the way it is. And you put that in with the other bit. You get more emphasis on the one when you cut it. I mean, if I just put the loop there instead, you're getting that boom, da 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 ba 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 da boom, ba da ba 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 ba. That's the rhythm you're getting. But if you take that away, you get this da 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 da. Which for this section, which is in the scene, there's an avalanche about to go off, and I wanted that I wanted it to feel more like da 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 da. So yeah, that's the basic rhythm I went with, and it was all based around acoustic guitar. I hope I showed everything that there was to show on the guitars, and on my next video I shall be looking at a bit of my orchestration for this track. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and see you in the next one.